Hey, Brad Ward, Ward's Auctions. We are already bidding on June closing, June 13th, and we're already bidding now, wardsauctions.com. It's a very eclectic, fairly large auction, 900 lots or so. We're going to buzz you through. It's going to be a long video, so be patient, and it's going to be well worth your waiting around. There are some outdoor, just in time for summer, some outdoor concrete lions, different shapes and sizes, and so some other outdoor things as well from an acreage, including lawn tractors and stuff coming on. These are from an Arizona artist. This is lot number 100 Bravo, so you can look it up on the catalog to get your descriptions on that. I have one of my own, actually, if those that are local that have been to the room before have seen in the room. Gibbered furniture, lots of quality gibbered furniture, solid mahogany, including the cheval mirror, bedroom suites, dining room suites, all sorts of stuff in the sale. All from one person, I would say 99% of it from one person. Let me just close those drawers. Illuminated, this is a gibbered as well, illuminated cabinet. There is the bedroom suite, gibbered. There's a kimono. There's a lot of Bateman prints, limited editions and artist proofs and so on. This one's only out of 2,500. There's a couple of the Black Wolf ones that is quite popular. The retro stuff, this is from a house that a collector's house that we emptied in Cardiff, and then we sold the house for them too. That's already been done. We've had this stuff in the building for quite a while. But both of these decanter sets are complete. Like you get all the shot glasses, and this one has got a little pump on it. And then the other one is more of a ship's decanter type thing, and all of the glass is complete. Like if you're doing a retro setup, it just doesn't get any better than that. More Batemans up there, vintage prints, oil paintings, cylinder gramophone. I'm not going to fire it up because I didn't practice before the video, and so I'll end up making a fool of myself. Curved glass, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 curved glass panels on this cabinet, beautifully carved up. Even the shelves are sculpted to shape inside and out of the curved panels. So very, very nice antique piece there. Some flat screen TVs. Lots of modern stuff. These are modern as well. Beautiful sounding clock. Hopefully we got that right on cue. Antique doors with some hardware. There's a box of hardware that goes with this lot. Most of the hardware is on these doors with the knobs and latches. Antique windows, they can be repurposed into picture frames. Obviously they can be used as windows, but most people use them for something else in a decor fashion. Like picture frames is a perfect example of that. Little antique child's sewing machine, or a child's antique sewing machine, hand crank. Goes with the lamp so that the child can read at night. You're going to see boxed easy bake oven coming up. Mission style sofa and matching chair and ottoman. The chair and ottoman is one lot, and the sofa is another lot. This is an electric accordion, sort of like the electric organs that you get. This has apparently got a bit of a cult following. Obviously, we have no way of testing the electrics in it, but the actual squeezy part works. We did test that. Stacking lawyer's cabinet. Different in that, look at how wide it is. It's 4 feet wide or whatever, 197. I'm sure we have the dimensions in the thing. So that one's a little bit unusual. We have another stacker and another couple of stacker sections or cabinets in the sale. That one is different. There's an English riding saddle here. And that is $238, and it's well described as far as the maker is on it. I'm not sure if this cover is in the photo. I think it was. It came in after the fact. More antique doors and beds. Corner cabinet. Corner illuminated modern cabinet. This, speaking of the saddle, is of course if you were doing shows. It's a road case, again, essentially like the musicians would use for their instruments and so on, only this is set up, the saddle goes there, all your tack and so on. I think if you look at the description, lot number 239, we actually took a photo of it with all the stuff in it, just as a show and tell, but the stuff does not come with it. It just keeps on going and going. We should go into the middle here. Sorry, we're just going to have you bounce all over the place, because look at this Gibbard dining room set as well. So chest on chest is going to be ad lot, table is going to be ad lot, and chairs are going to be ad lot. So you can, we're breaking it up, no reason, just because we chose to. Big selection of outdoor. You're going to find that's in 3 lots. Not exactly sure how, though. This is lot number 200. Well, the serving pieces are 200, 198 for the place settings, and then 199 for this little set of serving pieces. So 3 lots there. Big desk. Not really a partner's desk. There's a pull-out on the other side for your client, but a nice executive desk. Maker's name is there, and I'm sure there's a photo of it, lot number 96, on your catalog. If you look through the gallery, you get lots of nice pictures. There's lots of original artwork in soapstones, in textile type pieces like this, in beadwork, and lots of it in the sale. Very, very, like these, I'm really taken by those. There's some Murano glass birds. This antique settee or sofa needs the panels in the back. They probably got lost in a move somewhere along the line, but they would just be a basic panel and then upholstered up. Oriental cabinets, I don't know if it's 1 or 2 lots there. Antique bathtub was actually in the last sale, and then I think somebody bought it by accident, and so of course they reconsigned it because they're out of town. So it does happen. Watch what you're clicking on. Again, lots of nice original artworks. Have a look through the catalog. You can't see it all in one video. You can't see it all in one sitting through the frickin' pictures either. There's so many. It starts to get a little overwhelming. The epitome of mid-century modern on the Klimt painting. Like it just doesn't get any more mid-century modern than that. This here does not have the tops for it. And I kept expecting kind of the consignor to say, oh yeah, I've forgotten to bring them in. But apparently they don't exist. So you'd have to make some oak panels to go in there or whatever. I'm sure they used to be marble pieces that would have been cut to fit. Nice large Weber. You can see that in the block print, full color. Another Bateman piece here. There's some carved African busts and panels and so on in the sale. I have no reason to dispute the claims when the consignor brought them in, saying that their parents or grandparents, I think parents, bought them in the 50s, 60s, on site. So it's not some modern tourist wear stuff that has no artistic meaning. It is quite nice stuff, and the pictures will show it. More modern, lots of modern pieces. More textile artwork, which I'm really quite taken with them. And there's 3, 4, 5 pieces in the sale for sure. Curved glass cabinet, some little antique lusters there. There's lots of toady prints. There's probably 5, 6 in the sale. All local content. Well, I think they're all local content or close to it. A very nouveau. Is she nouveau or deco? Maybe she's more deco. Don't know why she's backwards, but there she is. Probably because this got added afterwards on the lamp, and then these nice figural lamps as well. Hall stand. Here's another stacking system. Multiple drawers. I mean, it is wonderful. It's got the top and the legs, and I mean the condition of it is just really, really nice. Same house in Cardiff that we had emptied out. They were collectors, auction goers back in the day, and now they have passed on their collection for somebody else to enjoy. This was theirs as well, and this one I'm really, really happy with. Obviously, it's some sort of ledger keeper, and all of these alphabetized all the way up to Z would have card files in them to go along with it. Pull-out writing surface there. Obviously, you could take a tag out. Maybe it fits in this. Somebody might know for sure exactly how it was used, and if they want to shoot an email or make a comment or whatever, that would be awesome. This is actually a typist's desk, but the innards are missing. Normally, this would flip up and the typewriter would come up. So, just to be for full disclosure, carpets aplenty. Different shapes and sizes, modern ones, antique ones, small ones, big ones. There's also 5 that are too large to kind of go on the rack that are in the back room that we'll sort of touch. They're just laying on the floor. We've used the whole building this time. The whole building is being used for this sale. This is a snake skin. I think it's 15 feet long. Is that a cobra? I don't know, but you could make some boots, a bunch of wallets, a hat, whatever. We got, you know what? And we don't sell fur coats. We don't sell collector plates, but you're going to find fur coats and collector plates in the sale. And we don't sell mattresses. You're going to see a mattress set in the sale. There's always exceptions to every rule. So I think this is a fox, and I think that this one's a fox, Arctic fox and red fox, but not Red Fox the actor, but we wouldn't make a coat out of him. But I'm not an expert on what those are. So, and they never are labeled with sizes and stuff for coats. I don't know why, but probably because they're always custom made. Another stacking bookcase, antique dresser, 1, 2, 3 sections, plus top and bottom. Another Bateman print. The gal that was with the horse, the saddle and stuff, there's a lot of horse things in the sale. Guess what? They were hers. So no big surprise there. Smaller Batemans in there. We're going to back you up. In the cabinet, you're going to find Soapstones, Royal Dalton figures, Ladro figures, some more interesting northern artworks. Like there's technically a soapstone on the base, but the top with the fur collar and the cuff and whatnot is fur. You know, it's call it a mixed media, if you will, and very very well executed. Some tack that was in that horse display. Nice. These are proper antique chairs. The patina on it where they've been sitting, and you would never want to refinish that. Worn off just beautifully, and the seats where your feet are. There's 2 Kerstads in the sale. I think we might have. Oh no, the other one's still coming up. So there's this Kerstad, and then there's actually a book to go with it. I think this one's lotted with this painting. If I, you know what? Don't quote me on that because I don't see a number on it. Maybe it's just there for reference. This local artist, I believe, made this table. It's about 4 feet square. Look at 124 in your catalog, and is it hand engraved, done that way? Would be interesting to know. Somebody probably knows more about the artist and could let us know. Some Oriental porcelains, some more soapstones. They're not all from one person either. This one's a narwhal, so you don't see too many narwhals. You see a lot of walrus and seals. Look at this fish. I mean, is that 14 inches, 16 inches long? Like, definitely a different, it's nice to see something different. There's some cloisonne pottery down here. This antique basket, sewing basket. It's got a very unique look to it. Here's an interesting antique Victorian sideboard. Full size. And a salesman's sample. Obviously not identical, but same era. This is a salesman's sample of a sideboard that would be the same era as this sideboard that we have it sitting on top of. There was supposed to be another one coming for the sale that would have been almost a mate to that one. That would have been neat to have it that similar sitting on top. 4 or 5 anniversary clocks in the sale. They are listed as working. If they're working, you can see that one working away there. And you get that one level at home and wind it, and you can ignore it for a year. And so we've got 4 or 5 or 6 of them in the sale. Most of them all from that one collector's house, and they're labeled if they're working. These are all unframed artworks, and again, well described. We have them in 3 or 4 at a time. 316A, just if you wanted to reference this one specifically. So then you have the piece of artwork, limited edition and signed. Then you get 2 stamps. I think virtually all of them are identical in that they all have 2 stamps that come with it, and you'll see one of them is signed by the artist as well. So, and each time you get 3. Well, of course, they're beautifully colored still. There's no fading because they've never been framed and hung on walls. So, you don't have to worry about that. Antique washstand with the slate back. But take a look at these 2 books and all of the etchings and so on inside. It's, obviously we can't photograph every page and put it on the website, but there's several of them. And it just goes on, and they are just absolutely beautiful. That's lot number 286. So have a look at that. These are going to be well worth your time to peruse. It looks like there might be a larger one on the other side of this. There we go. Look at that one. Whitehall Chapel. So definitely do not discount those books, and there's some other pieces in the sale. Same person I was talking about with the busts and so on. These are their African birthing chairs from way back then. There's shelf lots up there we won't take you to. Here's the other Kerstad, larger than the first one we showed you. Antique refractory style dining set. It'll be in 2 lots. So 101 is table and chairs, draw leaf table. And 102 is the matching quart cupboard here that matched the actual set. Here's another quart cupboard, 103. It doesn't actually match, but it is a similar style, of course. This I'm really taken with. This is a piece of art glass, so there it is with no light behind it. You really think you would find a signature on that, but I have searched and searched and searched, and I do not see an artist's marking. I mean, if you got that kind of skill, sign the thing. But then you get some light behind it, and depending on how you do it, I mean, it just looks absolutely wonderful. So it's funny how it looks much more yellow there and much more green there. So it can be deceiving. So that's a nice piece, says I. Sewing machines. This will be a jewelry cabinet. It's actually missing a drawer there, but very handy. You know, modern. It's not antique by any stretch. This is I'm going to move this box. This box goes with this book here, and we're going to discuss that as well. It's a monster. Ducks Unlimited. You can tell by the logo on there, but it's just. I don't want to sort of spread the binding, so I'm just going to be gentle with it. It's just picture after picture after picture. A gajillion signatures. Quite a nice piece. And it's been, left in this thing forever, left in the cardboard box forever. So it's in beautiful condition. Mid-century table that it's sitting on. King-size poster bed. Big, huge poster bed. There's several trunks in the sale. Here's another carved piece from the African collection, and it is all elephants. 2 Singer featherweight sewing machines in the sale. One does not have a bobbin, and again, that'll be clearly described. Not a game changer. You just have to get one. African mask. These are modern. They seem to be quite nice quality, though, and so little bedroom pieces, whatever. This panel here. Let me just run right in front of the camera there. Move some stuff out of the way. We've got a bit of a mess. Is this in order? Is this the end of it? Yeah. I mean, there is... I don't know if those are the 5 wise men. This guy's being hung upside down here. This guy's obviously getting punished somehow. That guy's being hung by the hair. There's a guy there getting flogged. Then there's a guy that's getting cut up into pieces. So, again, somebody out there needs to tell me, is this some sort of story? Is this some lore that we don't know? I don't know. But somebody needs to tell me. This cabinet here, modern, of course. More African busts there. This is a modern cabinet. And so you got the curved glass door, but you've also comes with this panel that you can put in there and have that instead of the glass. So, whatever your taste is, I guess. I don't think I've ever seen that supplied before. It's kind of interesting. The grinder. This was actually in the yard at the collector house. They had quite a bit of yard stuff on display. That one was metal, so it was able to withstand some years of being weathered, but it was kind of neat. In this cabinet here, we have some of the jewelry. If it's more of a, for example, the silver and turquoise, you have a few of the older coins and whatnot. And then you've got pocket knives, sterling silver, some silver plate, all kinds of things. There's some nice early fishing lures down there, sterling napkin rings. So there's a nice little selection of items in there. This room, full as well. We won't take you over there, but there's miscellaneous lots, there's artwork, there's fishing rods, you name it. There's jewelry in here. Now, of course, we are having a live viewing for this sale. COVID restrictions open up even more the day before the viewing, so we're allowed to have quite a few people in the building. But we're going to have an extended viewing 1 o'clock until 8 o'clock, so that it can help people keep away from each other and whatnot. So we have a terrific selection of collector coins, modern pieces, including gold, some solid gold. I think this front row here is all solid gold coins. This one is neat. It's a representation of a stamp, but it's actually in silver, and beautiful for gift giving or if it's your own collection. Gold in the sale. Wow, like this here is it's like brand new condition, and it's 18 karat gold. Most of the solid gold or gold only pieces, including these necklaces, they're 18 karat, and they're not damaged, they're not squished, they're not they haven't seen a lot of use, and they are, of course, as anybody who follows us, it's all unreserved. It's there to sell. Earrings, I mean, there's some beautiful stuff there. Just while he's popping through there, I'm going to give you some examples. That bracelet I just showed you, appraised at $10,000. This necklace on the far right here, again in beautiful condition, appraises at $9,000. These appraisals are on the website, of course, and they are all legit. We stand behind them, and we have a few appraisers that we use and stand behind our appraisals. So there's another necklace there. The one on the far left, it looks like, that's $6,800. So don't forget to take your appraisals with you. They're there for a reason. So there's more coins, and there's some military medals in there. Oh, the watches. Inside this little tray lot, 310, there's a Bulova 23 jewel, self-winding. It is working. And then there's some Tudors, which are good pieces, but they're not working. So you have to get those looked at, or maybe you're a handyman yourself. There's some watch fixing tools in the sale, as a matter of fact. That's quite a huge stamp collection. We're not going to get into that. Look at your website for 418 and start looking. You can look through the pictures of that. We've got quite a few of them. In here, you got an eclectic mix of everything, from snowshoes, like modern style snowshoes, to collector cars, oil lamps, Crocs. More northern art. This is a very, very awesome. That's not a word that I wanted to use. The design on this is fantastic. It needs a little bit of TLC, maybe a little bit more cleaning, but talk about a classic look. It's awesome. I just said awesome again. Carvings. This is actually made of the same material you would make a composite deck out of, so it's actually quite heavy. There's lots of modern lamps in the sale. There's some vintage books we're going to buzz through. I'm not going to take you down that last row. We're going to go straight into the next room. Remember I said we don't sell collector plates? Well, these ones have trains on them, so we had to. And then this here we really wanted to have, because it is for Queen Elizabeth's Silver Jubilee, with the original packaging to go along with that. And here's a fun one. This is for the 1939 visit to Canada, and of course back when collectibles were quite maybe a bit more sought after. There's a local retailer. He would have ordered these to have during the visit so people would come and buy it. So it literally is from Two Hills, Alberta. So that's part of the reason that I wanted to have those. I needed something to go with it, so I kept the collector plates. There are some toys in the sale. Artwork like till the cows won't have them. Originals to prints to lots of wilderness prints like Carl Brender's and the Batemans. Several of them, and all very nicely professionally framed. There's Evesham here, there's Wedgwood, but yet we still have another room full of stuff to deal with. So we're going to carry on. There's tools, radial arm saw, very nice quality swivel office chair, a sort of an eclectic mix. I should actually post pictures. It wasn't my listing, it wasn't our listing, but a different realtor in Remax Professional's office had sold the house that this furniture came out of. So maybe I'll ask him permission if we can throw his photos from the listing up on the website as well. Big, beautiful house in St. Albert. There are vintage tools, hammers. There's hammers till, again, nobody will have them. The one collector house in Cardiff, again, that was his thing. The garage was just filled with these tools. And speaking of tools, there's for example, that table saw down there, never been out of the box. This is another acreage. And so the gentleman had that never out of the box. This was his, I think is it a blue martin house or purple martin house or whatever? It's a birdhouse. I don't think it's never got put out. I think you're supposed to put them onto a big post. Tile saw, I have the exact same one. It's served me very well for many, many years. So have a look at that. These have all been run. So if we have it in the sale, unless we specify, usually we go out of our way to say working at time of cataloging. It doesn't mean we went and snowblowed the back 40 with it. It means we fired it up and it worked. So it'll say working at time of cataloging. So all this outdoorsy stuff from that other acreage. Big, huge desk. That's the St. Albert house. And obviously it's a chest on chest, but excellent quality. It is top quality. Another oak refractory set. There's just a glue dried on the one drawer. We'll literally put that back together before viewing is coming up. The TV that's on here is actually mine, so that's not in the sale. And let's carry it on. There's 2 lawn tractors or lawn riding mowers. We should focus on these here. Still have the original boxes. The little Junior Miss sewing machine, which is, with the box, and the Easy Bake oven, like I was explaining to somebody yesterday, that is a potential consigner when they were in. And, that Easy Bake oven in near mint condition with accessories and the original box, that's a saleable item. You take the same Easy Bake oven, all beat up, missing door, no accessories, melted in one corner, is not so much a saleable item. So, when they're asking, well, do you sell toys? Yes and no. All this Star Wars stuff is all newer stuff. Like it's mostly Episode 1, again, well described, and obviously from one collection. We did miss some tools on the back wall over there that are, again, some of it new in boxes, some little package stuff. These guys here, these are actually electric, but they've been in the packaging for how long has that movie been out now? For years. So it's probably just the dead batteries. That one does work. I think if I turn it on, it'll annoy us, though. So the one Darth Maul does work. This daybed, so again, just to contradict myself like I do every time, we don't sell mattresses, we just sell this one. I'm pretty sure this daybed never got slept on once. And it was from that very, impressive, clean home in St. Albert. And so it's a daybed. You sit, you can sleep somebody on there. And then, of course, that trundle pulls out and pops up that second mattress. And you have a full-size, king-size bed. So that's why. So, yes, we don't normally sell those, but we are this time. A couple more Bateman prints. Simulated stone fountain. More yard chairs. Remember I mentioned the huge carpets? This one's not as huge, but it's big. But then there's these, 4 big monsters here that we just didn't have room on the rack to put out. So here they are. And they're big. They're all big. And then another mower. This was the one that they were using for the most part, because this is the same acreage as the older mower that we passed earlier. And so that was probably the older one, never got rid of it. And then this is the latest one. That's it. Thanks and goodbye.